Hello.
Hello, welcome to Drunk Comics, Laura.
I'm going to go in my kitchen.
Yes,
Hello, everybody. I don't even know if this is going to work. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. All right, so where are you from?
Well, I am from Wisconsin,
Oh,
or as other people call it, Wisconsin. But the more A you put into it, the better. So, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
how did you get into comics and superheroes?
Well, it was an interesting journey. So, I did grow up mainly with sci-fi background. So, my family dinners used to revolve around Star Trek with my dad. The
Nice.
Picard era, so he's my captain. But cut to, obviously Superman, you watch Christopher Reeve and all those movies. And then, I don't know, all of a sudden, it was like 2009 and, oh, Roswell. Okay, so my first love is the TV show Roswell because the TV shows brought me in first. You know what I mean? I didn't really know comics, but like, I didn't know comics were like a thing back then.
Oh yeah, same
Which is
here.
like weird. I don't know. Like, we don't have social media and stuff, so you don't really have access, like, unless you grew
Exactly.
up with people reading comics, like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's
I
gonna
found
get
a really
questionable
good
up in here.
I found a really
And
good
I know we're in the beginning, but it's gonna get questionable because Jack Daniel. So, well, cut to Roswell, so I have a curse. It was 3 seasons long and then it ended. I love that show. Okay. Anyways, and the show that started that took its place was Smallville. So I refused to watch it. So cut to like 2009. I was living alone. Well, with like a friend, but kind of alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll give Smallville a try. Cut to Superman Celebration in Metro the first year. And then I was hooked ever since, and then bought like just started buying comics, like totally buying comics.
Oh
Crazy.
yeah.
And of course I got into Huntress because I don't know. We just connected. I don't know. Italian.
Totally off topic, but you have to show me you have to show the video, the label on your whiskey, please.
Oh yes. So a friend, can you
Um,
see that?
yes, there you go. All right, thank you.
I have an entire roll of these. There's probably about 600 of those stickers, and I did put one on Billy's keychain.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and she was like, I saw these and I thought of you. And I was like,
I feel like
well, thank you.
that tells our viewers everything they need to know about you.
And that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. That's just my foray into comics. And I found myself in Metropolis and then I was just buying
Yes.
comics. And then, but I do really like graphic novels. Like I like The Losers too,
Hmm.
that graphic novel. And then the Uncanny one by Andy Diggle. That whole series is really good. But I fell off. I had a kid and all the other excuses in my head that I can think of that I fell off. So,
I
but
feel
I
like
do love Huntress, and then we got together not that long ago to see Birds of Prey, so that was amazing.
yes. Cheers to that. We can do a
Yes, we'll take a
original.
shot to that because I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea again, but it's still, I loved it for the fact that Margot Robbie fought for it. And so
Yeah.
for that very fact, I was like, respect. Do you know what I mean? So I took it for what it was, and it was fun. We had
And
fun.
she made a point to make sure that all the characters got their due.
Yeah.
She
It was a fun story, like how they edited it. The
and
costumes,
the
we won't talk
soundtrack
about
was
that, but
banging.
whatever. And
The soundtrack was banging. It was
yeah.
banging, bang.
Yes, it was so good.
That is my husband heckling me off screen for the people at home.
Did he see it yet?
Oh yeah, he's seen it. He's
Yeah,
just
I was gonna
like
say.
me. because he doesn't like to use newfangled slang because he's an old man and he thinks the
It
kids.
was like it was just like a fun movie, and I mean, if I had to nitpick it, like some you could tell some of the fight scenes they were over choreographed. You could tell what was gonna come, but like it was still good. I don't know.
It was so good. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Also, my
It
other
was
pick is poor Huntress's costumes.
yeah. And we won't talk about, Cassandra, but
Oh God,
Cassie
no.
Kane,
So what comic are we going
but
to talk about today?
all right. So if you can't tell I ramble, I'm sorry. I can tell Billy, my husband's on the couch. I can just tell he's like, oh, she's talking too much.
No, that's good.
So this is back. So, to full circle when I was all into comics, this local comic store by me called Rockheads, which is no longer in business. Rest in peace. Let's drink to local comic book stores though, for real, right?
For real, local
You
comic
know,
stores are struggling. Guys, please support your local comic shop. If they're taking online orders or pickup orders, order from them, please.
yes. And
So
like even
here's
follow their Facebook page or just share anything that helps too. So like let's cheers to them. I'm gonna take a shot.
Blink.
Okay. Oh my God, just love it.
All right, so before we get started, we had the idea. Yes, we had the idea to dress one of our husbands up as Power Girl. My husband was going for it, so we're gonna turn the camera around and show off the Bobby window. Yeah!
And yeah, he's a real MVP, you guys.
Oh my gosh, he's a keeper. I'm gonna keep him. He's the best. We love
the
him.
things he does for real.
Oh, he's the best.
And I just know that
Babe.
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it later, Thomas. You know what I'm saying? You can cut that out, but
No, I
just
think
saying.
that's staying in. That's
You
staying.
know, so like, I don't know, man. Back then, when is this? July 20th. The Dark Knight Rises at the top, though. Can I just talk? We talk about that? Was going
Please
to
do.
air. It was going to be in theaters and IMAX on July 20th. I don't know what year, but that's when this comic is from because I have all these comics because I would go to Rockheads and I would just spend like $300 on a stack of comics. And then I was like, all right, if you like the cover, buy it because the cover art sometimes, you guys, is amazing and it's seriously really good sometimes. So I definitely support that. But otherwise,
Yes.
get the graphic novels.
The Dark Knight Rises was 2012, by the way.
Okay. Oh my God. Is this like when we met? This is weird. Okay. Well,
That is when we met. Yes.
so then I started buying all this because they started releasing like right at that time, I don't know, it was like serendipitous, like they started releasing the new 52 and that was the thing. And I was like, well, now is the time, like I can't backlog. That's like trying to get into Doctor Who. Like I'm gonna watch 40 years of Doctor Who.
Right.
I mean, I would
You're starting
but
from the beginning. You don't have anything to catch up on.
Which if people, not that they need to know, but if I'm reading a book series, I'm gonna finish it. If it sucks, I'm still gonna read it. So in that time, I grabbed Huntress and Power Girl. And I know really not a lot about Power Girl. Like I'm the kind of person that if I like this person, like I like Huntress. I'm gonna read everything I can about Huntress.
You are all in on Huntress.
Like,
I love it.
So it's really this comic, the important part about this comic, and this is number 3, where 1 and 2 are, I don't fucking know. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. But where it starts is this weird ass monster going zap. Like Huntress is right away in the shit. Do you know what I mean? Because that's who she is. She's Italian. She's in your shit. She's in your business. She doesn't take no shit. And that is why I like her. And she's just sitting there and she's like, I'm not going to fight you. And I don't even know who this guy is. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're just fighting and fighting. And here comes her because I actually didn't know until today that Power Girl's name was Karen. Oh, I understand you guys are gonna hate me so bad right now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but sci-fi is my first love, okay, people? So that's it. And if I don't really vibe with the character, I'm not gonna spend my time researching and getting in all that history because there's a lot of history, and I do want to respect the history because there's a lot of it. You know
And
what I'm
Power
saying? Like,
Girl has a complicated ass history.
and I am
She's a cool
ADD.
character.
If you can't tell, I'm ADD, but there's there's a lot of history, and you think when you're going into a comic that like, oh, okay, I know. You don't know. And then you read more and you don't know more, and then you keep reading more and you don't know more, and it's crazy that there's so many layers. Do you know what I mean? And
And you
so
could Wikipedia it, but Wikipedia doesn't know shit. I'm
no,
sorry.
and it's just
Yeah,
like,
gives
and
you
then
like an overview, but it's
And
not.
then at the same time, there's some characters that you can only view in comic form because they're not represented on the screen for everybody to view, So it's even harder.
Like poor
I
Power
don't
Girl.
know.
Power Girl gets the shaft. She really
I
does.
know. She does. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
everyone's like, oh, she's
You know
just
what?
Supergirl. She's this
The
alternate
fact that you
universe Supergirl, but fuck that. No, she's not.
the fact that you made me care about Power Girl right now, like let's cheers to her.
Cheers to
Okay?
that. Aw, I love you, but cheers to that. Oh my god, I just realized that all of these videos are gonna be me telling people that I love them. They
I mean,
are.
it's true.
It is. It
And
is.
so, you know, she's fighting this guy, and I just have to say that the fact that all of a sudden she's fighting him out of nowhere, pew, here comes Power Girl. Wait, what? She just came out of her like, bitch, where were you? Were you in the porter potty? Where were you? I do not understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And of course, I have to say that when Huntress uses her bow and arrow, like her crossbow, any form of that, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
The
you can
heebie-jeebies
shoot
for the
somebody with a gun, you can stab somebody with a knife, but to do a bow and arrow, that's so badass. And just like you don't know where it's coming from, respect. And the aim alone means that she really wanted you to die. So I'm just saying.
fuck yeah.
Watch out for her. And then all of a sudden, like there's radioactive shit going on. I don't understand because I was really brought back during this comic to Chernobyl and I wanted to be a part of it. And she's saying like, I didn't realize coolant was contaminated with radioactive waste. Like she's a scientist. I just can't. I was like, I didn't realize it either. And here I am. You know what I'm saying? And then
And
can I
you're
just
such
say
a science nerd too,
the
so
fact
you
that,
didn't
okay,
realize that
I have
either.
to read this one section of the comment because the funny shade, and this is the best part about comics. Like sometimes you may be confused, people out there. Like if you don't know how to read cells in comics, I was also a little bit confused. But
Yeah.
the jokes that come in a cell, oh my God. So she goes, this is Huntress. Ugly, radioactive, and overstuffed. What a great combination. Didn't realize the coolant was contaminated with radioactive waste. This plant is a total disaster. But it got him off, Karen. And then, like, all of a sudden, Power Girl goes, girl, oh no, Huntress goes, girl, I'm putting you on a diet because Power Girl came in trying to fight this guy, and all of a sudden, like, she couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? Huntress is like, I fucking told you that you couldn't handle this. I told you to stay home and finish your nails, and you literally came out here trying to fight this guy, and then look at you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just funny. Like, girl, I'm putting you on a diet. The shade that Huntress throws is an entire vibe. And I just cannot tell you, people, the respect that the Huntress deserves. I'm just saying. That was like, wait, can I just, let me try and show this.
Yes, please.
Can you even see
Girl.
that?
Yes.
Girl, I'm putting you on a diet. I felt that in my soul. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that I'm going back to this, like, I should pick this back up, honestly. Because I don't mind her costume in here. I know they fixed a lot of costumes and people felt a way about it, but whatever.
No, the new 52 Huntress costume was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was
I do
perfect.
appreciate it. Because I still don't understand in any form of comics or movies. And I know it's fantasy, so you just really, like, honestly, people, you have to let a lot of things go. Okay? They're superheroes. Like,
Let it
the
go.
But the
Let
fact,
it
like, that you took
go.
time, like Arrow took time, Stephen Amell, to draw the shade, like the
Oh
eyeshadow
my
in his eye.
God.
The fact that they were like, "Yo, a bank is being robbed. Okay, hang on, let me get my compact." Like boop. Like, do you know what I'm saying? No,
Yes.
I don't know. And the fact that that happens sometimes, it's like, okay, or just, I don't know. Like when I watch post-apocalyptic shows, like just little things like, where'd you get that hair tie? It's 300 years after an apocalypse and you have a hair tie? Tell me the brand because I'm going to go out and buy it. Ridiculous. So, obviously at this moment that Power Girl and Huntress are in this radioactive goo and Huntress is throwing shade. Can I just say that they're fighting right now? Okay, they're literally bickering. And she's like, "Really? I can't digest that." And she's like, "You shouldn't even been here." And then, she's like, "You shouldn't have even been talking about this." And she's like, "Really? Well, we should bust out of here. That's what my dad always said." You know, I love you, Huntress. I love you, Helena, however you say her name. We get it. You're part of the fucking mob. But like, can you stop saying daddy's name? I feel you because I used to be you. Do you know what I'm saying? I used to work for my dad, okay? Like I feel her. Well, he's not part of the mob. I mean, maybe I don't know. He's Italian, but like, do you know what I mean? Okay, so anyway, but the funny part about these comics is like I appreciate the new 52, but all of a sudden, Kelly, and I'm not even kidding you, you probably have never read this in your fucking life.
Mm-mm.
All of a sudden, so they just busted out with this guy in radioactive waste and they're trying to fight him. And here's Power Girl and Huntress, and they're teaming together, girl power. And all of a sudden, like all
Hell
this
yeah.
shit's happening. And this comic book goes 45 months ago in London?
What?
Can you count? Can you can
45
you
months ago.
calculate? Can
I
you
don't even know
calculate 45 months?
how many
How
years
many
is
years
that?
is that?
What? No.
The fact that I, a comic book fan, have to do the math on that right now, I don't know.
No.
So we'll say like 7 years ago, but ago, and they're in Italy, of
No.
course.
Fuck that shit.
And they're
That's
sitting there,
so
and
many years ago.
you know what they're talking about? 45 months ago, this comic book felt it important to bring up the fact that Helena's dad was a foodie and they're eating pizza right now. Okay. They're
Oh my
munching on pizza right now. And I can't even explain to you that they're like, you know what? They're talking about Batman and Robin. And I know I'm wearing a Batman shirt, but Robin, let me tell you, I don't even know. Where is Power Girl when I need her, by the way? And wait, what are they doing? They're reading a diary? Oh my God, do you see what I'm understanding right now? And then, wait, death in the skies above, death in the skies above Tokyo. That's where they are right now. And you know what's the funny part is that they're talking about Krypton. And they're in a library. Where are they? Can I just say, where are they in Italy with a library about shit about Clark Kent? You don't know shit about Clark Kent, okay? You don't know anything about him. You don't know his favorite color. You don't know his favorite food, his favorite pie. You don't know. By the way, Lois Lane's favorite donuts are maple. I just want to put that out there.
Because Power Girl is Clark Kent's cousin in on Earth 2.
Do you see what I'm saying here? That the fact that this video is gonna be so knowledgeable for people like me, or AKA people are gonna be like, is she serious? The knowledge you have to know to even read this comic.
Yep. Yep.
Come on, Bill.
Hi,
Billy, tell me
Bill.
about Power Girl. What do you know about Power Girl? What do you know about Huntress?
She's hot.
She is hot because she is your wife. Your wife is fucking Power Girl. She is
She's
fucking
Power-
Huntress.
Or no, she's fucking Huntress. I'm sorry. I'm that drunk.
But we are talking about Power Girl.
No,
But-
but you are fucking Huntress. You're the Huntress of my heart.
I know, and you're the
way
lesbian.
more lesbian
She's
than I
drinking
meant to.
UV cherry and lemonade.
Yeah, that sounded way more gay than I meant it to.
And then can I just say that
you guys
there's
still
a
recording?
moment that I really respect Power Girl in this comic. And I know that none of you that are watching even are fucking following this comic right now. But all of a sudden, like, and I know you're forgetting this whole thing that we're 45 months ago in London, but
Yeah,
also all of a sudden Italy. I don't get it. Here's Power Girl, and here's where she starts to become her true Power Girl self because her zipper on her sweatshirt becomes lower. Okay, do you see that?
Yeah, that's
So
Power
she
Girl.
is sitting here saying, you know what? That she's not a scientist and it's going to figure out forever to literally teletransport, which I feel her. Like, why are we not teletransporting at this point, Power Girl? Do you know what I'm saying? But maybe she could buy a genius or a bunch of geniuses. Or, like, how expensive are geniuses? And then all of a sudden, you know what she finds? Most important part, whether you saw what you saw or not, is that why is all of a sudden 45 months ago in London, Power Girl getting a cat out of a tree? I love Power Girl all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? Because I love me a cat. All of a sudden, here she is saving a cat. Then all of a sudden, cut to in the comic 24 months ago, plus the 45 months ago. So are we calculating? We're Thomas, you're the smart one here right now because you're maybe not drinking. I mean, I don't know, but like calculate,
honey.
calculate 45 months plus 24 months.
Thomas isn't even in the room.
Oh,
We're fucked.
well,
Thomas.
you're gonna have to ask. Okay, well, 45 plus 24. So you figure that out.
Okay, so 24 is 2 years. 45 is something. I don't even know. I don't even know. We're fucked, is what we are. 45 is 48 would be 4 years. So 3.5 years.
So we're like over at least 5 years.
Okay. All right.
You know, and then all of a sudden, after that, Power Girl is seen in an Israeli lab. Like, an Israeli lab. And then you're in London, and then all of a sudden you're fighting a race with Huntress. Like, I don't get your life, Power Girl, and I really want to know more about you. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is your life? And she's sitting there with this random chick, and she's just like, what can we do? And she's just like, I don't know, nothing can be borrowed or stole. And there's something that's going on in this lab, and they're like, Power Girl's obviously like, we can get our hands on it. And then all of a sudden it cuts to, because I think they're trying at this point prove Power Girl's loyalty to whoever that they're trying to fight. And all of a sudden they're back with Huntress and Power Girl, and they're trying to kill this other guy. Like, who just, you know, I like costumes. I love me a costume. But the fact that you're in this costume, how often do you get in it? Because I've tried to put on the leather and sometimes it's hot. Do you know what I mean? So like I don't understand. And all of a sudden they're
They're-
just trying to fight this guy, but they're also trying to wear like a space mask. Like the fact that what's going on in here, I don't even understand.
But if you're Kryptonian, you don't feel the heat. I don't know. But that doesn't apply to Huntress. I don't fucking know.
No, I know. And I'm just sitting here and I'm reading it. And the fact that, like, why do you think Huntress keeps calling Power Girl Karen? Like, why do you think she's calling her by her name instead of by Power Girl?
That is
Because
a good
Power
point.
Girl's not calling her Helena, she's calling her Huntress.
Is she trying to remind her that she's of her human side, even though she's not human? Like Bruce tries to remind Superman of his human side, even though he's not human. I don't know.
That's true because I do, again, not know really a lot about Power Girl's history. And they're sitting here trying to fight this guy, and they're just like, stay here. And then, Power Girl's trying to do whatever she can to fight this guy right now that they're trying to fight. And Huntress is clearly trying to bring her back down by calling her Karen. So I was intrigued by that. But like the fact that they're fighting this guy and Power Girl is still saying a joke while they're fighting this guy that she's lifting this big, like, there's this like big building. Do you know what I'm saying? She's like lifting it like this. And she's like, you know what? I don't approve of this style of architecture. Oh. The jokes in here. The jokes in here keep me living. Okay, you people, I have to tell you. She's like, I don't approve of this, but I might. And she's like trying to fight this guy, telling jokes about architecture. You guys, I don't know who writes this shit. Well, I should. You know what I'm saying? But this is crazy.
Well, you can
Also,
cover and figure out who writes this shit.
so then, of course, the whole city is inflamed because, to be honest with you, like, if a comic book fight's happening, a city's inflamed. And until this virus happened, I mean, really, who's putting that back together? I don't understand the logistics of that, but okay. So now they're sitting here and they're trying to find where he landed. Literally, Huntress goes, where'd he land? Yo, Power Girl, where'd he land? Oh, I don't know, Tokyo? Wait, you don't even know? You kicked him to Next Oblivion and you don't even know where he landed? The fact, the power girl, power. Okay. You know what? So then Huntress is like, she literally went ape shit crazy and said, where'd he go? And Huntress is like, well, what's the plan? You literally kicked him to shit, and where's the plan?
I'm sorry.
Why am a Huntress? Can I just say that one of my favorite comics ever that I've read of the Huntress, and I don't know what number or what, but if you're a true Huntress fan, you will know. And it's in a newer one, so maybe you won't, because New 52. But she broke into a police, station, and she was like trying to review these files, and literally there was this batch of cookies, and she was like, I'm gonna eat these cookies and also look at these files. And at that moment, and I think I even made that a background. No, I think I made that the cover photo of one of my Facebook things. And I was like, if this is not me, like this right here. The fact that she was like, ooh, I could fight crime, but these cookies, like that's me. So I just, you know what I'm saying? But wait, why is that the end of the comic? This could be one of your worst episodes yet, but at the same time,
No, it's one of the best. Oh my god.
The fact that we're fighting back 4,200 years right now of in between whatever is going on in this, because we calculated 5 years.
Oh my god, no,
I just like the fact that they decided to do the fact that they did something with Huntress and Power Girl. Like, is that crazy?
That's amazing.
It's
Uh,
amazing, but like, is that like, would you ever think of that? Do you know what I mean? Like the thought that,
no,
like, the fact that they thought to put them together, I love that.
it's great. It's like these are two characters that have been like neglected and kicked around, and they're like,
Yes.
fuck it, let's
And
put them together.
and one of the contributors to this comic is actually Paul Levitz, which Levitz, however you want to say it. He's
Mhm.
he's really good. Like you
Yeah,
just find
Paul is
people that
good.
yes. Like you find people you like to read. Like again, like my friend Kelly Gettner. Ugh, she wrote
Wait,
this
who
book,
is
you
that?
guys,
I'm
and
sorry.
she's
No,
not gonna keep
it's a
this in, but
hat.
like
I
there's
can
literally one moment that sticks with me with your book, Scorcher. Did you know Kelly wrote a book?
love you.
He's got his headphones in. Did you know Kelly wrote a book? You didn't know that? I have it. She signed it for me. But one of my favorite moments, and like the fact that sometimes when you read, you don't remember like the details of shit, but like you remember the vibe of it. I keep saying that.
No,
When
it's
in
good.
your book, the whole mountaintop fight scene, that is my shit. Okay?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And you know what I'm talking about because obviously you wrote it. I'm literally talking to an author. Is that so cool right now?
I love you.
That's so fucking cool. I'm talking to an author of a book. Like she wrote a book. Is that not so cool? Oh my god, I'm so like rectal use only. I'm so my friend wrote
Yes,
a book. That's
cheers.
fucking cool. So try and get this anywhere you fucking can. If you like suspense, if you like, I don't even want to mix it with any other normal characters or like authors, but it was just like if you like The 100, if you like Maze Runner, I don't even want to say Twilight because I did not even like Twilight, but like a cult classic. But like Twilight's a cult classic, right? Like whether you like it or not, it really is. For millions of people out there, it's a cult classic, right?
Mhm.
But and I don't want to call your shit Twilight because it is not. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're, but
Yeah.
if like you're kind of a basic bitch watching this right now, that's the only thing
Oh
I can
my
help you compare it to. But it's not fucking Twilight. It's called Scorcher, and it is like
God, thank you.
Maze Runner, which has one of my favorite characters of all motherfucking time. His name is Newt. Oh, I love him.